Hello again.
Hello.
One and all. Another video for dust, as it were. At this time, it is the Axis faction. Looking at a few of those.
Over to you.
My peoples. Oh, my peoples, as it were.
Your cheating, sneaky peoples that I hate because you're zombies and you're many zombies.
Many zombies and werewolf gorilla type things. Start off with the support weapons. Every one of the three factions have got a support bunker. The Axis one is a laser weapon. Like in the video for the Allies, the Allies had a phaser or a double phaser cannon, and then the Axis have got a phaser laser or a double laser.
I'm not sold on them, to be honest. I can see the point, but I'm not sold on actually having one.
They aren't cheap. That's
no. It's a lot of points to sink into a thing that's only got about 4 health.
There are lesser ones for the Axis. The Death Rays, which are a base of 3 heavily armoured infantry. 13 points. They've got damage resilience. They're a sport weapon, so you choose to fire the laser. The laser jag crack on.
Well done.
I apologise for my pronunciation or mispronunciation of the weapons. It's going to be a long night. And laser on the laser weapon, where you do more damage if you keep rolling successes. Seeing as there's 3 of them for support weapon, you'd have to have at least 2 of them to actually fire the laser, seeing as it's a great big laser cannon. And then one can fire his twin MG. The laser crackoon, range 10, 4 dice against armour 1, and then going down to 2 dice against armour 4 infantry, 8 dice against armour 1 vehicles, and then down to 2 dice for armour 7 vehicles. The Dracoon can't hit flyers, but the MG, 12 dice against armour 1, 11 against armour 2, 8 against armour 3, and 4 against armour 4. 7 dice against armour 1 vehicles, 3 dice against armour 2 vehicles, 3 dice against armour 1 aircraft, 2 dice against armour 2 aircraft. Not too bad, bit risky I find, and 13 points, you might as well go for a squad of the Faceless Death, slightly cheaper. They've only got 1 health each, but I suppose the range helps, but move of 2, march of 3, armour of 3. There's a point to it. I do like using them, but 13 points, I think it's worth it perhaps.
There's other things you can take for 13 points, isn't there?
Yeah. The second version you get both of them in a box. Are the Tommy Cookers. Now 10 points isn't bad. There are other things, but it's not bad considering. Damage resilient and support weapon, just the same as the Death Rays. Range 12, so slightly longer range. It's a blast against all infantry, 2 damage against armour 1, instant death against armour 1 and 2 vehicles. It's 1 dice against every vehicle apart from flyers. 4 damage against armour 3, 3 damage against armour 4, 5 and 2 damage against armour 6 and 7. And then there's a twin MG, 3 extra weapon, 3 health, 2 march, 2 move, 3 march, 3 armour. 10 points, it's not bad, but again, there are better use for your points, but they are infantry, so against the big weapons, they have got a bit of a survival rate. Yeah. It's just all the machine guns will probably tear through them.
Yeah, or rifles, you know, automatic rifles that you see plenty of.
Yeah, it's like we keep saying, the big weapons probably not kill many infantry,
No.
but the MGs and all the automatic weapons, they will just rinse through them.
I mean, that squad of mine, the Mavericks, would probably eat them alive with the 20 shots.
Yeah. Now, coming on to the infantry, going to the last few videos we did for the Allies, keep going on about the barking dog. This is the equivalent. I like to think.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Go
on. The cursed. Now, these are zombies, and they like to blow up armour. And they are very good at it.
Yeah.
8 points, so fair to middling points. Charge, so they can run up to something at full march and attack in close combat. Zombies, so they get the saves on shields and armour symbols, but they can't join non-zombie units, so get in a vehicle and they can't be suppressed. And grenade on their Panzerfaust 100s, which ignore cover. So 2 movement, 4 march, armour 1. They've got 2 weapons, both of them are 1 use only. The Panzerfaust, each one's got 1. Range 3, so not that long range, what you've got to realise. 1 dice against everything. 4 damage against all infantry. Instant death for vehicles up to armour 3. 5 damage against armour 4. 4 damage against armour 5 and 6, and 3 damage against armour 7.
I think the thing you can take away from this is vehicles with less than armour 4 are pretty much useless.
Yeah.
From what I've noticed.
Armour 3, you might just scrape them in if they've either got a lot of guns or really fast. But other than that,
you want at least armour 4, don't you?
There's a few for the Russians that are armour 2 that they're more of a scout and recon vehicle, but anything lower than armour 4, you better have a good reason.
Or lots of cover.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't.
No. So they've also got a telemine, which is close combat only. 3 damage against everything, really. 1 dice. Again, everyone's got 1 Panzerfaust and 1 telemine, which are 1 use only. They are risky, but when they come on, yeah, and a lot of the time it will at least do a lot of damage, if not kill the target.
Although it is funny when they miss.
Yeah.
Then you see his face. Like, yeah, that's worth it.
There are other zombies like the Brain Eaters, which have more of machine guns against other targets and MGs. So they've got more shooting weapons, but the Cursed, slightly cheaper and really good anti-tank infantry. Armour 1, but survives on shields as well, so they can take a lot of damage and come back.
They survive a lot more than what they should. I know.
So we come on to the Ghosts. I really like these. They're fairly standard, but they have Scout, which means they can chart. They've got March as one of their 2 actions for the first time they activate. They've got Grenade for the Panzerfaust. 9 points. You know, not bad. Some say that might be a bit expensive, but take 1-2 squads of these for certain missions. You can't do wrong. Fairly standard so far. Move of 2, march of 4, 2 armour, an MG, 1 MG, 4 assault rifles, and 3 Panzerfausts. The MG has got range of 6, pretty good against infantry, pretty rubbish against vehicles. Range 4 for the assault rifle, same thing again. Not bad against infantry, and nothing against vehicles. Then the Panzerfaust, like I said, for the cursed, short range, but when it hits, it hurts.
Yep.
They're not bad. They're jack of all, well, sort of jack of all trades. They can take out tanks, but they're better for taking out infantry and getting in the game early. Maybe going for objectives, and for having a character with them, just get them where you want them. Lastly, we have the Panzers, possibly my favourite of the infantry.
Have they got Panzerfaust as well?
Strangely enough, no.
Wow. I just noticed a trend going then. You know, it just gets like, oh, that's got a rocket. We'll have that. That's got a rocket. We'll have that.
Yeah, most of the Armour 3 infantry not that great at taking out vehicles. The Faceless Death, they've got lasers, but the Blazing Sun's got flamethrowers, but again, they're not bad at taking out vehicles, but you might as well go for the Panzers. That can really take out infantry and use your Armour 3 to go against enemy infantry. 11 points each, well, per squad should I say. The damage resilient, so they're very, as it says, resilient in damage.
They're like my Grim Reapers, but better, aren't they?
Your Grim Reapers are, what, 10 points each, aren't they?
About a similar point cost to that, but
well, yours are fast. Yours are fast.
yes, I know mine fly, but yours can take up more damage. It only takes 3 lucky hits on mine, and that's the whole unit gone.
You can probably take a unit out in the first turn.
Yeah.
Mover 2, March 3, Armour 3. Each one's got a twin MG, so 11 dice against Armour 1. 12 dice against Armour 1, 11 dice against Armour 2, 8 dice against Armour 3, and 4 dice against Armour 4. Against light vehicles, there'll be a fair bit of trouble actually. Against Armour 1 vehicles, 7 dice against, and then 3 dice against Armour 2 vehicles.
If your opponent's insane enough to take armour 1 or 2 vehicles.
And then 3 dice against Armour 1 planes and 2 dice against Armour 2 planes. So they could take out aircraft, possibly I suppose. And they've got a fighting knife which could hurt armour, anything up to Armour 4 infantry really. 2 damage against anything up to Armour 3, and then 1 damage against any vehicle just because it's there. They rinse through vehicles like anything, especially if you put Laura with them. They come on to it later, but they are really good against infantry. So coming on to the light and medium vehicles. Now starting with the Stummel. I know this is going back on the word of don't take Armour 3 vehicles, but this is slightly different. Now, when you first look at it, you think it's heavier, so maybe use your anti-tank stuff to get rid of it. But it's only Armour 3, moves pretty fast, and it's got a lot of MGs on it.
Yeah.
It's 12 points, so it's not really that cheap, but it has a lot of stuff on it can do.
I chew through that pretty regularly though, didn't I?
For the first few turns it does a fair bit of damage, then you kill it.
Yeah. Then I get fed up with it and just kill it.
Can take passengers, 6 infantry with armour 1 or 2, or 3 infantry with armour 3 or 4, tank riders. Can carry passengers on the outside, 6 people, pretty much same as passengers on the inside, but can get shot. Grenade weapon as well. So mover 3, marcher 5, 3 armour. So armour's a bit weak and it's a bit big, takes up 2 squares rather than the 1. So we'll see. So on to the guns. First one, which is a front weapon, is range 8. It's a 10.5 centimeter KWK 46 gun. It's blast against all infantry, 3 damage against armor 1, 2 against armor 2, and 1 damage against armor 3 and 4. Instant death against armor 1 and 2. 4 damage against armor 3 and 4, and 3 damage against armor 5 and 6, and 2 damage against armor 7. So, you know, it's pretty good. It's a grenade weapon, so you won't get cover on it. It's not bad for what it is. It's got 2 MG44s, pretty good against infantry, nothing against vehicles really. And then it's got a twin MG44, which explained on the Panzers, so it'll just rinse through infantry, and it's got 6 health. So against infantry, it'll go through them, but against vehicles,